Ladies and gentlemen, what is up? Mark May here. Welcome back to the Mayhem Show for episode 46. We're going to have Jim Burleson on tonight and talk about the Valak Kickstarter that's going on right now. We are $100 away from being funded, and I fully expect it to be tonight. While we're on this show, we'll also be revealing the Nei Ruffino Hellbringers exclusive cover for Albuquerque Comic Con, which Jim and me will be talking about all night tonight. Guys, if you haven't had a chance yet, please check out the Kickstarter. We're going to throw you a promotional video here so you can check out kind of what Valak's all about right now. And then go check it out. It made the front page today of Kickstarter. Not only that, but they messaged me, they emailed me to let me know that it was going to be on one of their favorite lists. And that is a huge honor to have on Kickstarter. Not only that, but it was the first project out of all the projects on Kickstarter, not just comic books, that was on the first page today at the very top. It was the very first thing you saw on Kickstarter when you went there today. And I couldn't be any more proud of that, guys. So I'm super excited to have that under my belt, and we're going to go ahead and show you this Valak video right now. That way you guys can check out and see exactly what this Kickstarter is all about. So if you haven't backed it yet, now's the time, guys. Check out this video and go back to All right, ladies and gentlemen, that is Valak. That is the Valak the Sorcerer's Revenge Kickstarter hype video. If you haven't checked it out yet on Kickstarter, please go check it out right now on Kickstarter. It's on the front page. All you got to do is go to Kickstarter and scroll down, and you'll see it right there, ready to go as one of their favorite projects. So, guys, it's an amazing book. It's going to have over 30 pages. It's going to be 30 pages with no ads. So check it out. It's going to be an amazing book. And I'm really proud of everybody that's been working on it. All the guys from Hawaii. They've got a ton of different artists that live in this one little area. So it's really, really cool to see them all just rocking it out right now. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to bring on the man with a plan, Mr. Jim Burleson. What's up, my friend? Long time no see.
How you doing, man? My fellow glue eaters.
Dude, what's been going on, man? Last time we talked to you, I was drunk off my ass.
Yeah, yeah. Well, since then, I think that it started a like a tsunami of things that happened. I ended up going into surgery. I had all kinds of crazy stuff happen. We ended up with a Comic-Con that worked out pretty good. Um, we did the first show in 2021 in June. They had just lifted the mask mandate, so it was awesome. Everybody like showed up, and I think we saw 2 or 3 masks the whole show. But it was our best summer show that we've ever had. So it was literally 6 weeks after my open heart surgery. So everyone thought that I would die. So there was a morbid curiosity, like, hey, let's show up and see what happens. And I didn't die, so that was cool. But then we ended up doing our Santa Fe Comic Con in October, which was through the roof. People are tired of sitting at home, man. They want to get out. COVID
Heck
is
yeah.
it's causing some trouble, but people are kind of the mindset, hey, kill me or get out of the way. I got to live, man.
Mhm.
So
So, Jim, tell us a little bit about your up and coming show that we're going to be doing in January together, my friend.
it is the 13th annual Albuquerque Comic Con. Our first show was in 2011.
Wow.
And we've done a show every year, even with COVID, because we did our show in January, every January. So January 2020, we had a show. Then we had to fast forward to June of 2021 and did a show. So it is the 13th show. This is going to be our biggest show ever, man. We got like 55 guests. All of my staff's like, Jim, I'm quitting. You made all these promises about we're going to have 20 guests and that's it. So they're all quitting. Then I told them they're not allowed to quit. So they're like, well, that's stupid. But, we're going to arm wrestle and see what happens, they're excited about the diversity of our guest list. And then, what's so crazy. I don't know how many times I got to say this. It is harder to get comic book guests than it is to get movie stars. And mainly because they're all like really working, but also because like you guys are all really weird fucks. Like,
Yeah, agreed. Completely.
it's so hard to like lock you in. And then they're like, oh, well, you know what? I'm not doing anything next week. Let me go to your con. I'm like, well, I did call you 6 months ago. And they're like, yeah, shut up. I didn't know 6 months ago what I was doing next week, but now I'm going to be doing your show. So, we're starting to line up a couple of really great comic book guests. We always have a really good stable of our friends that show up. Like Nei, for example. She comes every chance she gets a chance to. And when I begged her to do the Albuquerque Comic Con exclusive cover, she's got so many things going on. It was basically I went and I mowed her lawn and I washed her car, and then she had me do some things on like the 30th floor of the hotel, and things we're not allowed to talk about in mixed company. But it had to do with a banana and a rope. So we finally agreed to it, and so she did a comic book cover that was pretty much what Nei does. I think that we couldn't expect anything less from that lady. So
I completely agree with you. And here's the thing, we're going to be debuting that cover here in just a little bit tonight. I remember when we first started talking and you were asking potentially who I wanted. And I was like, man, Nei, like she was like right there at the top. I think she was my first choice, actually.
yeah, so. She's just the level of people that she's worked with as her career started early. And then in the last 10 years, like she came out to my second Albuquerque Comic Con, I think. And she had just started. She was doing she did like a Batgirl cover, and like she had done some, obviously she did a bunch of Xenoscope stuff, but like she just started really rocking it out with the big three. And so we've stayed in touch. She showed up to my comic book store. I had a comic book store in Albuquerque. I don't have it anymore because, well, now I'm too busy to have a cool job. So, but she came in there and I had like 5 packs of the original Garbage Pail Kids, like set 1. And she's like, Jim, I really want these. What do I got to do? And I'm like, shoot, man, because it's Nei. You can't be like, that's going to be $25 a pack. It's like,
Right.
All right, just put them in your purse and get the hell out of here. So ever since then, though, every time she shows up to a Comic-Con, she brings me a cool Black Cat sketch that she did on the airplane. So I've gotten my $25 a pack about 30 times over. So
Right. That's
yeah.
pretty awesome. That teaches you kindness can go a long way, because I know we've known each other. Me and Nia have actually known each other for about 7 years. I think Denver Comic-Con 2016 was the first time we ever met. And I walked up and I tried to give her a Red Bull, and I thought it was funny because she's like, "I got a girlfriend, man." And I was like, "I'm not hitting on you. I'm just giving you a Red Bull." And it was cool. We've been cool ever since. I've always been nice to her, and she actually did the card cover for set 2 of the Hellbringers cards, and I own the original artwork for that, man. So
lucky you, man. Lucky you.
Heck yeah. So guys, without any further ado, we are actually going to go ahead and show this off right now, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Nei Ruffino special edition Albuquerque Comic-Con. This is the only place you can get this cover, is going to be at Albuquerque Comic-Con, and it's got the logo and everything. Here it comes, ladies and gentlemen. Boom.
Boom.
This is top 2 best Hellbringers cover of all time, and we have had some serious legends come in here and do some covers, man, for every one of these books. This is insane, incredible. She blew my mind when I saw it. So I didn't know what we were going to be getting, and let me tell you something. We got way more than I thought we were going to be getting on this one, because this is badass, my friend. So, Nei, I know if you're listening out there right now, we just revealed your cover. This is one of the most incredible covers, just like I already told you on Messenger, that I've ever seen. So I am so excited to have it, and I can't wait to be selling it at Albuquerque Comic-Con for Jim here. It's going to be awesome.
Yeah, it's going to be spectacular. It'll be available at your booth, and you'll sign it, and then we'll get Nei to sign it.
Hell yeah.
Hey, check your Kickstarter real quick, because the person that puts us over the top is going to get like a lifetime 3-day pass to Albuquerque Comic-Con.
What?
So anytime that we do a show, they get a free ticket. Lifetime ticket.
And let me tell you guys, we are actually at 250.80 right now. So, or 25.80 right now, ladies and gentlemen. So that means we are 1,000. I mean, we're no.
You got like 80 bucks
$100
left, man.
away. Yeah, we're about 80 bucks away.
I backed it right before I came on, so I could kind of gauge where we're at. So,
dude, I appreciate it, Jim. I definitely appreciate it, man. I wish you could have been here for the show last night. It was insane. We had.
Did you guys all take your clothes off? Because that's the only reason I would have come.
Dude, is that you probably would have stayed for 3 seconds and then jumped right the fuck back off. I'm just saying.
I don't know, man. I don't know.
But anyways, this is Nei Ruffino's amazing cover. We're going to leave it up here for just a second more, because it deserves all the beauty in the world. And
they're limited, right, to 100 copies?
Yeah, 100 copies. That's all we're making. We're actually getting them printed today. So we got the invoice today. We're going to be printing them tomorrow. They're going to be shipping to us next week.
Sick.
I am excited, man, because here's what's cool about this too on this layout. It's kind of making the New Mexico flag just from our like panels right here, you know what I mean? And then also her.
That's kind of cool. Yes.
It's a weird coincidence, right?
That's pretty awesome. So that's actually the Zia symbol for the Zia tribe of Native Americans here in New Mexico, right? Just west of Albuquerque, there's the tribe of Native Americans called the Zia tribe, and they got their logo got stolen by the state of New Mexico for their flag, and the only people that ever paid them for using that logo was Southwest Airlines. Is that crazy?
That is extremely crazy. Why would Southwest Airlines be using it?
Southwest Airlines paid them a licensing fee, didn't ask any questions, just wrote them a check, man. And that was back when Southwest Airlines was awesome. Now they're corporate shills, and they gouge us, and I hate all airlines. And if I had my choice, I'd give everyone wings.
I mean, wings would be pretty cool for sure. Jim, I was hoping Lewis was going to be able to join us tonight. He's nowhere to be found, my friend.
He remembered last time he saw the outtakes. He's like, I'm not going on that show, man. Are you crazy? I'm not going on that. This is twice in a row he stood me up. He's like, you know what that guy did to me in high school? Let me just tell you.
What the hell,
Again,
man?
banana and a rope.
Well, every time he does this to me, I just want you guys to know how much I miss him. And I always want to say, Lewis, we know you're watching.
That's awesome.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. One thing I want to show you real quick is a quick hype video for the Bushi and Kawaso that we have for the Kickstarter. Jim just said he will give a lifetime pass, 3-day pass for Albuquerque Comic-Con if you're the person that puts us over the top. And we're only like $80 away. So that's like probably the coolest deal. I might actually go back it right now and get that lifetime pass. No, just kidding. I don't think I can do that. So, all right, ladies and gentlemen, without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and show you that video that we showed you last night that made the debut. And this is on Vu's artwork. So take a look, ladies and gents. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that was the video. All right, that's on Vu's artwork. She's absolutely killing it for this book. Jim, I don't know if you got, like I said, a chance to watch that last night, but if you get a chance, you should see this girl's work, man. She is going to.
I did. I loved it. You know what? It's crazy because, like, you know, I'm the samurai guy. Like, I go way back as far as I could walk when I wanted to learn about, you know, the samurai and everything else. I'm like, I've watched the miniseries Shogun like 752 times. I've got you know, I was one of the early playtesters of the Legend of the Five Rings card game. Like, everything samurai related, like, I'm all over it. Like, it's my thing. And then to see that kind of work, it brings me back, man. It's so amazing. So
This
is that signed by Randy Jackson?
Yeah, it is. It's right here, man. It says it. This is good stuff right here, though. I'm telling you, this is one you'd want to play with for sure, Jim.
I mean, I would chop something with that, man. I would chop something with that.
I accidentally almost chopped my leg off with it one time.
That's why God gave you two, man. God gave you two. He gives you a spare in case you ruin one.
So tell us a little bit about what you got coming up.
So we signed a 3-year extension for our Santa Fe Comic-Con for October at Buffalo Thunder Casino. We have a 2-year deal with the Albuquerque Convention Center. They can't go beyond that. So we are going to be alive and kicking every January from now until 2 Januaries from now if the meteor doesn't get us. So we've got Santa Fe. So we've got Albuquerque Comic Con the 14th, 15th, and 16th of January, and then the 17th, I make my feature film directorial debut on a film I wrote called Letters at Christmas, which is a cool, hokey Christmas, feel good movie starring Dean Cain and Janisha Adams Ginyard. She's the so in Black Panther, the main like bodyguard gal with no hair, she's her right hand man, but she's also that girl's stunt double. So like, and in Black Panther 2, she has like a major role, and then she's in Falcon and Winter Soldier. She's one of the three. Her name is Noble in that, I think so. It's super cool. She did the Breaking Bobby Bones series. She taught him how to get beat up with a stick and stuff like that. She's actually like, she's really a ninja. Like I guarantee if you handed her that sword, she would chop us into little pieces.
I actually believe you, man. Dude, I am excited for you. That's going to be one of the coolest things ever, man, to direct your own movie like that.
It's amazing, but you know what? I've done some television shows and I've done some documentaries and stuff like that, but this is the first time that I've done a feature film. And with Dean Cain, like I called him, I'm like, Dean, I really need some help making this thing happen. And Dean's just been so good to me all these years. He's just been a good friend. He's been a mentor. And he's like, all right, I'm going to come on and do it, man. But I only have 3 days. And we started the conversation 6 months ago. And so 3 days in his schedule, he said, I'm available January 17th, 18th, and 19th. So I'm going to shoot 50 pages of a script in 3 days. And then I have like 2 weeks to shoot the rest of the movie, which if anybody understands, like that's ridiculous. You're supposed to do about 6 pages a day. We're going to do like 12.
How are you going to do this? Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's Dean Cain though. Like he shows up to work and he knocks it out. And so I called another buddy of mine and guy by the name of Bruce Logan, who was the cinematographer on Tron and the special effects coordinator on the original Star Wars Episode 4. He's the one who blew up the Death Star, right? But he's been a DP for 40 years. He's been amazing. And then we became friends. I don't know, maybe 8 years ago. We chatted about doing a couple of projects together. But he started coming out for Comic-Con to help us out. But I'm like, hey man, I got a movie. And I can't guarantee that I'm good enough to deliver this thing. Will you come and make sure I hit all the marks? And after some groveling, and again, I went out there and I mowed his lawn, I washed his car. He agreed to come help me out. So Bruce Logan, who was nominated for the Academy Award for special effects on the movie Tron, and the Academy said he cheated because he used computers, right? And so they didn't let him win, even though he was nominated. But the next year, and literally every year since then, the winner has been the guy who used computers. So Bruce kind of got screwed on that deal. It's a very, very sore subject for me. He's cool with it because he's like English. He doesn't care about anything. Like he's like, just to be nominated. Like he's just a great human being. But I'm like, I want to go fight somebody for him. But that's that's the redneck in me. So if I drank, there would be a lot of very, very brutal videos on social media.
Like our last one. Oh man. So that is amazing. You got your movie coming up that you're going to be directing and trying to make this happen in a short span.
Yeah, literally the day after Albuquerque Comic Con's over, the largest show that I've ever done. No pressure. And again, remember, I'm 9 months out of open heart surgery, so whatever,
Dude, I don't know how you're doing all this right now. I really don't. That kind of pressure. I mean, hell, I'm going to die right here on the show right now. So,
well, because you're not drinking. See, you got to know your limits. You got to know your limits, man. I have to have candy every day or I'm grumpy. My wife delivers it home. When she comes home from town, she brings me candy. So this way you don't talk to me. Eat your candy. So I can't talk to her before coffee. She can't talk to me before Skittles. So
that's usually the way it works, right?
That's it, man.
Jim, I wanted to pull up these covers real quick for Valak, if that's possible. Is that cool?
Yeah, yeah, let's do it.
So, like I said, you got the two stories in one. You got Valak at the top left, and then you got Bushi at the top right. Envu's cover is at the top left. Steph Wilson and Carrie Ann's cover is at the middle top left. Stevie P, Stephen Pawala, he's at the top middle here. And then Andy Lee is at the top right, former Marvel artist. He's actually worked with LeBron James too. And then bottom left, you got Mog Park from Game of Thrones fame. And then bottom middle, you got Brett Okamura. He says Okamura. I got to say it right or he'll beat me up. Bottom right is John J. Murakami, who does an incredible Virgin double page spread, which I'd like to show right here of all the different characters from Hellbringers from the card game. He actually put them all in their individual scenes on this cover. I don't know who actually takes the time to do that. This guy is insane and crazy, and I love him for it. And that's why this cover is standing out forever in the Hellbringers lore. If you actually look kind of to
how
the
many
top
hours
right,
do you think it took him, man? Did he tell you how many hours that was?
He did, man. He said this was probably about at least 3 weeks, is what he said. 3 weeks.
That's long. I've never even had a relationship that long.
That's what I'm saying. I was sitting there trying to tell him. I was like, you don't have to do this, brother. Like, you don't have to do this 3 week thing. Like, you don't have to do all these. Like, no, I want to do it. It's like, I want it to stand out. And I was like, well, then that's what makes superstars right there. So one more look, ladies and gentlemen.
Sick.
It is sick.
Are you in that cover somewhere? Did he hide you in that cover somewhere?
I am top right in the blue and black with the red beard right there by the Triceratops.
That's funny.
And then my kid is sitting with my kid is to the left of me over there, sitting down having a picnic with Rhinoceros Rex. Yeah, man, you got to get those little things in there. I'm only going to be a publisher for so long. You know, you never know how long you're going to be doing stuff like this. So
pretty awesome, man. That's great.
Got to get it in there while you can. So, Jim, let's get back to you for a second.
All right.
What are your future plans outside of conventions and outside this movie that you're making for this one right here? What do you want to do? And have you had have you had a moment? No, you're fine. Have you had a moment since your surgery where you're like, motherfucker, I'm doing this. I'm doing this right now. I'm gonna make this happen. What was that like?
So that was me directing this movie. I could call on 30 directors right now that could probably do this movie, 10 times better than me technically, and we would deliver it and we'd sell it for tons of money. But I wrote it with my wife. She gave me the broad strokes, the outline. She's one of those, like, she watches every Hallmark movie that comes out, and so what we wanted to do is we wanted to create a movie that wasn't corny and hokey, but at the same time it was it hit all the feel goods and things like that. So she gave me a 1-page outline and I wrote the script literally in 3 days. It takes people weeks and weeks and weeks, sometimes months, to write a movie script. And I wrote this script and I sent it to Dean right away. And he says, I'm in, just tell me where to sign. So, like, Dean has done probably 200 movies. And so for him to read a script and say, I'm in it, like, that's what I want to do. Then it gave me the warm fuzzies. And so I talked to a couple of guys who I wanted to direct it, but the nature of a Christmas movie is that there's so many on the marketplace. Like to get in with Hallmark or Lifetime, they present you with a cookie cutter template of a Christmas movie, and they're like, here, do this, and you have X number of dollars. Or we can pre-sell it, and they give you like $150,000 to shoot an entire movie. And I'm like, I can't do that. So I called a buddy of mine and I said, hey, I'm going to fund this thing. I need your help. And so he steps in and he's like, I'll give you the other half. And so at that point, I'm like, you know what? I need to direct this movie. I know what I see in my head. I know how to get the shots across. And if I do nothing else, I'm going to make a movie that me and my kids and my wife can sit down and watch and know that we did something amazing. And if nobody else in the world watches it, and it's the most expensive DVD I have on my bookshelf, I'm satisfied that I did everything I could to make the best work of art that I could come up with. So my plan is to make this movie, and when I do it, and if it meets any kind of my expectations, then I think I'm going to do that more often.
You know what? That was probably the best answer he could have ever given. Like, that was awesome, dude. Like, and you know what? It's the thing, like, with the comics, man. Like if nobody ever were to buy these, they'd just be the most expensive books that me and Adina like have in our collection. You know what I mean?
Right.
And
Right.
it
But they're
means,
yours.
yeah, it means so much more. Like I'll put it to you like this: since the last time I had you on the show, I've gotten opportunities with one of the big three, and I'm not going to tell you which one, okay? But I'll just put it to you like this: like, could I have had it? Probably could have had it. Would it have mattered? Yes, it would have mattered. But does it matter as much as Hellbringers? Does it matter as much as that Nei Ruffino cover that we just did together? Not a fucking chance. You know what I mean? So I totally get it. And I mean, you know, no disrespect to them, but when you make something like this, you know, and you do it yourself and you put your heart and soul into it, it just means more, man. So totally.
Well,
I'm so
so
proud of
here's
you, man.
the deal. Morgan Freeman once said, he said, so you pass up on an opportunity because it doesn't fit your plan. And the concern is did you just ruin your career? And Morgan Freeman said, if Hollywood wants you, they're going to call you, and do everything that you need to do personally, because when it's time and Hollywood calls you, like, nothing you did or said before is going to change their mind. So make the best work you can, get it out there, and do your thing. Don't stand around waiting for something else to happen. And so I've taken that to heart, and I think obviously you have too. Don't wait for the big three to call you. When they're ready for you, they're going to call you, and the check's going to clear. So
I can't wait. But who
don't
knows?
don't wait.
I might
Keep
be
putting
a
out
little
great
busy
stuff,
with
man.
Hellbringers. I'm just saying, Jim. You know what I mean?
Keep putting out great stuff, man. Nothing will go wrong.
So, speaking of great stuff, and what you were talking about earlier for all our viewers watching right now, Jim has elected to give a lifetime 3-day pass for Albuquerque Comic Con to anybody who backs the Kickstarter to put it over right now. And it's only $80 that it has to be put over for the Kickstarter to be completely funded tonight while Jim's on the show.
You know what drives me crazy about you Kickstarter people, man? I look on your page. I had to scroll down 75 posts to find the link to that dang thing. If you Kickstarter people would put it in your bio, pin it to the top, quit making guys like me who don't know shit find your shit. Pin it to the top so I can go and click on it. I'm ready to back you, but I don't know where the hell it is, man. You're like, why didn't you back my shit? Because I couldn't go down 45 pages to find it, man. I know you just posted it yesterday, but help a brother out.
You just gotta type in Hellbringers, man, or Valak. That's all you gotta do for the Kickstarter. You go to the Kickstarter,
But you know what? When I'm texting and driving, and I'm eating my sandwich, and I'm driving with my knee, and I want to just go to my phone on Facebook,
I could have sent
reply
you
to
a
my
link.
wife, I'll be home soon. When?
I could have sent you a link. I didn't know you wanted.
Why do
one.
I gotta ask you for a link? Could you just pin it to the top of your page?
No, it won't let you, man.
All of you guys, all of you Kickstarter people, man, start pinning, put it in your bio. Man, I got to go all the way to the Kickstarter app, and then I got to type in Mark May, and like, you know what I mean? Like, I think you don't realize how simple some of us guys are. I eat cheeseburgers for lunch, man. People like, you want a steak? I love steak,
brother,
man, but I'm a cheeseburger
I get messages
guy.
all the time from people that are like, "Can I just buy these from you on Messenger or something like
you know
that?"
how hard it is
like,
to find it on Kickstarter. I love that it was on the top of the page, though.
Hey, yeah, that was cool today. Like, hey, that worked out pretty good, right, Jim? All you had to do was go to Kickstarter, scroll down one fucking itty bitty thing, and then boom, right there. That was cool today. That never happens to any of us, just so you know. Like, we never get on the front page. We never get to be the first thing listed. Dude, I was in front of like video games. I was in front of like other like educational books. I was like, you guys want this to be your first thing people are gonna see on Kickstarter? Okay. All right. Whatever you
Man,
say.
diversity, brother, diversity. That's why we're bringing in the Land of the Lost guests at Albuquerque Comic Con.
Oh, really? Land of the
Yeah,
Lost?
man.
Dude, that was my show back in the day.
People don't understand how much that show meant to me growing up. I'm looking down crevices that we'll go by like an arroyo, and I look down and I'm like, I wonder if that's where the dinosaurs live, you know? Like there was an episode where they had to feed coal to it was a dimetrodon, but I don't know what they called it, but it had to eat coal, and we're like, you know what, the dad was like, hey, you know, what was your favorite smell? He's like, mom's homemade bread. And they're like, well, this guy likes coal. So anytime my mom would make bread, I'd be like looking around for Dimetrodon to come and eat me. Like those memories stand out in my mind, man. So
did you have any of the toys when you were a kid, Jim?
No, I was lucky to get some fine toys at the playground that some other kids left behind. We were trailer park trash back in the day, but it worked out good when my mom met my dad, and then we started flying all over the world, and it was pretty cool, man. But so I didn't have my dad till I was 5, and then so it was me, my mom, and my brother. So by the time we made it to Berlin, there wasn't a lot of places to get Land of the Lost toys, so.
Makes sense. I remember when I was a little kid, the first toy I ever picked up from like a thrift store or something like that was that old tree playset from back in the day. And so I used to play with that thing all the time. Like I was a 90s kid, so like this toy had been around forever. You know what I mean? And I'm still like, oh, this is my favorite toy. Like playing with Ninja Turtles on it and shit like that.
Yeah, the first cool toy I got at Christmas in 1980. It was we lived in Berlin at the time, and I got the Death Star space station, and my brother got the Millennium Falcon. That was the first experience we had of like commercial toys and stuff. And we had seen Star Wars like 19 times in the drive-in because my aunt used to take us there with like the only way she could go out on a date with her boyfriend is if she took me and my brother. So we'd go see Star Wars. And but so in 1980 we moved to Germany. The first real cool toy my dad got us was I got this Death Star space station, and he got the Millennium Falcon. So it's pretty spectacular. It took me down the road of never having money again.
Yeah, I completely understand, my friend. I was a sucker for the Micro Machines in the 90s for the Star Wars stuff. And
dude, me too. Yeah.
You are. I mean,
dude, I played with toys till I was 16 years old. Are you kidding me?
Bro, it hasn't changed, ladies and gentlemen. I still have the Micro Machines as we speak. And that's just the way it goes.
When Micro Machines first came out, they were just cars, man. They were just the Hot Wheels cars that were miniature. And so I started collecting those.
Did you ever see
when the Star Wars stuff came out, man? It was crazy. I started selling children on the open market, and I needed to make money. So like,
did you ever see the World War II ones? And those,
I did. I had them. I had the Jeep and the tanks and it was crazy.
Those were freaking sweet, dude. This Hellbringers challenge coin, ladies and gentlemen, is what I keep playing with in my hand right here. Just so you know, that is the Hellbringers challenge coin. There's only 100 of them available, and we offered them on the trade paperback, sold about 30 of them. The rest are going to be available on the Valak the Sorcerer's Revenge as an add-on. So you can go check it out right now, guys, and you'll be able to get that coin as we speak. Jim, do you like college football? Are you a college football fan? Do you guys have any teams out there in New Mexico that you follow?
So I mean, we have the Lobos, and they're usually in second to last place every year. We had a couple of winning seasons, but it never went anywhere beyond that. We tend to win our own bowl game, but only because they put us against high school teams. So yeah, not so much, man. I'm a Colts fan, NFL, and my parents are from Texas, so we have to be Dallas Cowboy fans, or they throw you in the river at birth. So I follow those two teams. Colts are my team, though. When I got old enough to watch football, I never got into. So my dad's Oklahoma, but I always wanted to be outside, so I never got into sitting down and watching football games except for on Thanksgiving and things like that. So I followed the Cowboys. But when I was old enough to want my own team, we lived in Maryland, and I had to pick my own team, and I wasn't allowed to like the Redskins because of the Cowboys. So I followed Baltimore, but Baltimore literally left the year that I decided to follow them to Indianapolis. So I couldn't very well just change my team all of a sudden because I'm loyal, even though I had no idea what I was like following. I just needed a team that was local. And then they went to Indianapolis. So I've never actually seen a game at home, but whatever. I'm a Colts fan now, and until the day I don't like football anymore, I guess.
This is crazy. I'm a Colts fan too, but that's because we're family friends with Chuck Pagano.
Nice.
Yeah,
Nice.
crazy, right? His dad actually used to work with my dad, so my dad would bring me home Indianapolis gear, like from Indianapolis, and I'd be like, "What is this?" And he's like, "Chuck's in it," and I was like, "What? This is awesome, man!" So
that is awesome.
Something a lot of people don't know about me, and I don't tell everybody. So that's crazy coincidence right there, Jim.
Pretty sick, man. That's awesome.
They live right here in Colorado, man. Like the whole family. They're all coaching legends. The dad's a coaching legend here, like probably second best high school coach ever. So, but all their kids are coaching in the NFL right now. I think Chargers defensive coordinator is one of them. So crazy stuff.
Cool, man. So anyway, Jim, I took you off your topic. You were talking about college football. Tell me again.
I was just gonna say I'm a huge Alabama fan, and we're about to play in the playoff. I'm from Alabama, so we watched it every Saturday religiously. Like that kind of was your religion. You know what I mean? It's like you had to watch it, and then you also had to pick. Like you either were an Alabama fan or you were an Auburn fan in Alabama, and there was no in between. You couldn't root for both, and your group of friends almost had to consist of all Alabama fans, or you would be shot. So it was rough stuff back in the day. But the reason I bring it up is, do you ever think in the entertainment industry there's some kind of rivalry like that? Like if you get on one side, like say like the Alabama Auburn of like a dispute, do you think there's a rivalry on one side or the other that you've seen so far?
Like besides Marvel DC? You like Marvel DC? Is that what like comic book related?
I would ask, yeah, or even movie industry related. Like
so the movie industry is led by narcissists, so there's no real comparison because whoever you're talking to is the best. Just ask them, they'll tell you. So there's no real argument there. What you're gonna find is that there's snobs, like certain people won't use like different cameras. Like the camera that we're using to shoot my Christmas movie is the Blackmagic, and we're using the Pocket Blackmagic because it's smaller and we can put all the lenses on and everything that we need. And they were cheap enough that we could, get multiple of them. But the real snooty people are into the Alexas and the Reds and but those are $10,000 a week to rent. So, and what's funny is there's 7 people on the entire planet that can tell the difference between the two. And when my DP Bruce Logan says it doesn't matter, you can shoot your movie on any camera that exists in the industry, I went with cameras that we could afford, and he's like, nobody will be able to tell the difference. We'll shoot it, we'll light it, we'll do it right. Nobody's gonna be able to tell. But when I was trying to hire some assistant camera and some camera operators, they started asking questions and what are you using? And I would never use that camera. I'm using, if you call me back when you're using the Alexa and I'm like, yeah, you know what? Guess who's never getting a call back? So, but we also have the same type of deal in. So I work with distributors for the most part. Like that's the only that's the only reason I'm cool in the industry is because I can actually distribute your films. Not because I have any really great friendships with anybody famous, but like if you've got let's say you've got your $300,000 movie that you need to sell, I can get it sold and I can put it into the marketplace. So, but I pitch actors that last week were being begged for, and then this week they say, if you put them in your movie, I'm never talking to you again. So there's a lot of that stuff that happens. So it's heartbreaking when they're good friends of mine, like Kevin Sorbo or Dean Cain and Sean Patrick Flannery. I will pitch them, and then like depending on what movies have come out, and a lot of times it's like a personal thing. Maybe they felt slighted at a party when he didn't sit at their table or something, like stupid. And right. Then like they won't let me cast that person in my movie, which is why I'm choosing to fund this movie myself. I got rule number 1 of filmmaking is never use your own money, because if you do, you're basically agreeing to put the most expensive, DVD on your
DVD.
bookshelf. It's
Yeah.
never going to sell. So I'm breaking rule number one, but by doing so, I get to cast it the way I want to cast it. And Janisha, who's my female lead, I believe she's going to be the next, she's going to be the next everything. She's the next Angelina Jolie. She's the next, she is so good. When people see her, because her stunts are ridiculous. Her stunts are so good, but nobody realizes how good an actor she is. So I'm basically, I called her and I'm like, look, I can't pay you a lot. I know what you're worth. I know what you make on the big movies, but I see something that I want to show the world. And she's like, Jim, I'll do it, whatever you say. And in a year, nobody's going to be able to call her and get her to answer the phone because she's going to be that big. Mm-hmm. And I'll probably get a text back from her, which is going to be awesome.
That will be awesome. You will have accomplished every single goal that you had set up to. And, I'm kind of excited too, because we talked a little bit that when I come out there for the convention, I might have a chance to actually be in this movie as well.
It's going to be great, right? So the Monday after, so it's the very first day after the con. So I'm going to be like dead, but I'm going to be so inspired by Red Bull and prednisone and whatever else I can get the doctor to prescribe. So I'm going to be like on fire. We have the largest scene in the movie is the first day of shooting, which basically breaks every rule of scheduling in the entire world. But we need to dress my hotel to be a super major like Christmas party, and we don't have the time to dress it and then break it all down before Dean Cain has to be wrapped and get on a plane and go and finish the movie he's delivering. So that Monday and Tuesday are my two biggest days, and those are the days I want you to come on. I'm gonna put you in the movie. You're gonna be in the party. You're gonna be somebody that everybody knows, and you're gonna get yourself a little speaking role in a feature film that's gonna be. We have distribution. I can't talk about it, but we are sold.
I'm pretty damn excited about it, sir. You have no idea. I told you back in the day, I actually was the lead actor, and all you guys have heard this a million times. Got a scholarship for forensics in college, full paid, no big deal, guys. Just improv, whatever. Probably, my biggest skill I've had this entire time since we've been doing this comic industry stuff. Just saying, this is the thing that's got me farthest is this right here. So really cool of you to give me that opportunity, man. And I can't wait to take it if Adina will let me and we don't have to drive back super early. And I would be so mad at her for the rest of my life if we do. Adina, I know you're watching, sweetie. So if you're hearing this, I'm staying with Jim on that Monday and then I'm walking back home. So I'm just kidding, sweet. Steve says, aloha, Jim. Good to see you again. It's been too long.
What's up, buddy? Steve, when are you going to come out and see us again, man? We miss you. It's not the same without you.
Hey, I tried to get him to come this time, just so you know, but he's got a work thing. So he was going to be coming with me.
Stupid grown-up jobs. When are we going to get away with not having grown-up jobs?
Dude, that's what I'm saying. Well, I mean, hang out for a couple years. If this COVID thing keeps going along, we might not all have COVID jobs for a long time. You know what I mean? Steve also says, Jim, tell him he has to shave his beard. No, he's talking about me. He wants me to shave for your movie, man.
Oh, that's funny, dude. We so could make you do that.
Oh, don't do it. I know it's non-union. What does that mean, Jim? What's union and non-union mean, brother?
So union crew and union talent. So let's see here. So if you're in the union and you do a union film, you get hired by union shows. If you do a non-union show, then the crew you hire is typically non-union. Because our film is so small, our budget is so tiny, we're going non-union. So we're hiring half a dozen crew members. We've got 20 seconds, second positions. And then and our actors are they're all working financial core, so non-union, not SAG. So the rules of hiring union people are pretty strict as far as what you have to do. Like I couldn't just use 1 second camera assist I would have to hire two because we're using two cameras. But we're in such a confined space, there's no value in having two guys, but I would have to follow arbitrary rules by the union.
Those are kind of weird rules, aren't they, Jim?
Well, I mean, they're there specifically for the protection of the workers. Like I'm super pro union. I think that if you hire the best, if you hire the best guys, you're going to get the best product. And unions typically put forth the best guys, but a lot of times the restrictions on the much smaller productions are less they're less friendly for what we're trying to do. And again, typically they're for safety reasons, but we're shooting all in one location. We're not moving stuff. We're not, I typically advocate crazily for union projects, but I'm funding this myself, and I'm not, like, it doesn't make sense for me to pay some of our crew $150 a day and then still have to pay $100 a day in pension and health for these people that'll never see it again. They'll never see that money. So it would literally double my budget. I would be able to hire less guys. And the argument is, well, then you shouldn't be making a film if you can't afford to pay all that. Well, I'm going to make a film anyway, and you can kiss my ass. How's that?
I like that too. Yeah, man. Here's the thing: is nobody should be able to tell us how we could do anything, especially when somebody else agrees to the deal to begin with. You know what I mean? So
that's exactly right. But if I made you shave your beard, you get a SAG bump for it. You would get extra money, SAG.
And there ain't no amount of money that's gonna make me shave this, y'all. I'll just play Santa in the damn movie. All right.
Exactly.
Hey, Jim, it is 7:55 right now, my friend, and this is usually where Lewis would come on and make a Randy the Macho Man Savage promo. So since he's not here, I'm going to do it real quick for him, and we're going to bring up a actual picture of Lewis right here, and we're going to act like it's him for the end of the show promo. Ladies and gentlemen, Lewis. Well, let me tell you right now, brother, I just want you to know that Mark May's Valak project is out there right now, and I'm going to cut this promo right here, and I'm going to tell you how awesome it is. If you haven't checked it out yet, you got to go check it out. Oh, yeah, brother. Lewis. Woo! Thank you, Lewis. Sweet promo. We miss you, brother. If you're feeling up to it next week, come hang out with us. Ladies and gentlemen, Jim Burleson is the man. We will be doing his show come January. So check out the Nei cover one more time before we hop off here, because we debuted it tonight. It is the most beautiful Hellbringers cover maybe of all time. There's only one place you can get that, Jim.
Albuquerque Comic-Con.
Tell us a little bit about where we can find you, sir.
So albuquerquecomiccon.com. You have to spell out Albuquerque, because if you start putting other letters in it, people get all confused. So albuquerquecomiccon.com. You can search for it and it'll pop up because we're cool.
Well, there you go, ladies and gents. We are still sitting at $2,580.
What the hell?
For the show, which is awesome. We're almost there, guys. We're only $80 away from being completely funded. We're on the front page of Kickstarter. You can't beat that.
Hey, buddy, before we go, so Ernie Reyes Jr., everyone knows Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Everyone knows him from like the sidekicks with Gil Gerard. Like, what? So anyway, he's been having some kidney problems for the last 15 years. Last weekend, he got the call while he was in Hawaii at a Comic-Con, jumped on a plane, a red eye, flew all the way back to Arizona, had his operation, got out of surgery, and is now recovering with a brand new kidney. God bless that man. He can't make Albuquerque Comic-Con this time. He's going to be laid up for about 6 weeks. But I'm so excited that he was able to get that taken care of finally. No more dialysis for the guy. It could not have happened to a nicer cat, man. I'm so excited about that. Everyone in the whole wide world needs to get on his social media, send him love, tell him how much you love him, tell him to hurry up and get better, because we need him back out there, and we need to see him do some more movies and beat up The Rock again.
Hell yes, absolutely. I am 100% on board with that, ladies and gentlemen. Jim, you want to stick around for a crazy rap video real quick that I actually made myself in the studio with Mr. King Marino for this Valak project?
Yeah, let's see, man. Let's see.
I do own all the rights, ladies and gentlemen, to this song. So here we go, folks. Without any further ado.
Valek's woman was taken from him by Samoan guards who caught her out there breaking capo laws, beaten and left for dead. While they took her, he started asking the guards for strength and they gave him the hookup. He took that power and slayed the guards and got his woman. The only problem was he couldn't control it and slayed his woman. The time passed, then he entered into a tournament against Kimono, the great white shark. He took his soul-sucking powers and came out with the win. The tournament designed to go and find the best of men, the best soldier to recommend to the gods. Power building the soldier to go and do his bidding. Valek talking to the god at the top of a volcano lava rushing. He gets the power, then he start bluffing, and instead of helping Power seize Hawaiian Islands, he goes and throws himself into the fire, so he may never hurt another soul. He once bargained for the power, now he letting go. After jumping in the fire, hell the only place to go. He became the sorcerer of all sorcerers, and Lilith's right-hand man, to level Ravana, ready to get revenge on Beelzebub wherever he stand. Where you at, bro? What's up?
Who's the rapper there?
That's
Who's
King
the rapper?
Marino. King Marino.
That's sick.
Thank you, brother. That's the sixth song I've wrote this year, and let me tell you something. As an artist, and even as a comic writer, I never once fucking thought in my head I want to be writing songs this year, and it's not a thought that would have ever popped in my head, man. Like, and it's not something I wanted to do. So trust me, it's not like, yeah, go me. It's like, what the hell is going on here? So just throwing that out there, guys.
That's funny, man. That's awesome, brother. I'm proud of you, man.
Well, I'm proud of you too, man. You're about to direct your first movie, and it's going to be awesome, and you're going to kill these conventions. So without any further ado, ladies and gentlemen, Jim, you got anything left to say tonight, brother?
I mean, I just think that every one of you that's within a driving distance, I don't even get on a plane if it's 12 hours or less. So here's the thing. Get in your car, drive out to Albuquerque Comic-Con. We open up on Friday. We open up early. Friday it's at 3 o'clock instead of 4. So 3 o'clock we do a preview night, but we do a sensitivity opening. So if you got family that's living with autism and stuff like that, come early. We let you in for free. We don't even ask questions. You just come in and say, I'm here for the sensitivity opening. We let you in for free. You get to hang out at the show, right? For 2 hours, we let you in for free, but you get to stay all day until maybe it gets too much for you. So on the quietest day, we let you in for free on Friday. So come and check it out. We're open 4 to 8 that day for normal folks that just want to buy a ticket. We open 10 to 8 on Saturday. We open 10 to 6 on Sunday, January 14, 15, and 16. The largest guest list we've ever had, 55 plus guests. And comic people are just now finally calling, saying, "Hey, I'm not doing anything that week.
That's
I know
how
you called me 6 months ago." You know, we got Timothy Zahn coming. You know that Timothy Zahn's stuff is going to be the new Marvel Disney Plus shows, right? So Timothy Zahn's going to be there. You want to come pick his brain, man? That is the place to do it. You know, we got
creator himself, ladies and gentlemen.
That's exactly right. Exactly right. So anyway, get in your car, drive out to Albuquerque Comic-Con. We are going to have to follow mask mandates if they tell us to. The idea is that by January, hopefully she grows up and realizes that, masks are virtual signaling. I had COVID. It almost killed me. My mask didn't help me. And I can't see a cardiologist because they wanted me to get vaccinated, but my doctor said, don't get vaccinated because it'll blow your heart up. So the hypocrisy is ridiculous. I'm ready for Meteor 2024.
Well, I mean, Meteor is like this weekend, isn't it?
Yeah, it's coming.
Yeah, I was just going to say, we might all die this weekend. So,
you know, Kelly Maroney was at our last show. She told us how to survive.
Well, all right, folks, there you go. Jim, we got one more video before we go. If you want to stay, you can stay. If you want to go, brother,
I
Feel
got to
free
get out of
go
here, man. I
too.
got kids to put to bed. They're all yelling
Yes,
at me
sir.
and everything else. Love
I
you guys,
completely
man.
understand. Thanks for being on tonight, brother.
Talk to you soon.
All right, guys, that was Jim Burleson. We're going to hit you with one more video for the rest of the night. Don't forget to back that Valid Kickstarter, ladies and gentlemen. We are only $80 away from being funded on the second day. So, without any further ado, this is the Jengar and Shred hype video number 1 for number 2. So you're going to be watching that right now. This is the project coming after Valak in a couple months. That was Jengar and Shred's hype video, ladies and gentlemen, for the 2022 book that we will have coming out. One more video I want to show you before we hop off here is going to be the Hellbringers 2022 hype video. The reason I'm showing you these guys is to show you how big this Valak campaign is, because it's coming first. It's the first chapter of the second arc in our books. So these are the next chapters in the arc, ladies and gentlemen. This one's coming up next. This is the Hellbringers 2022 hype video. Check it out. All right, ladies and gentlemen, there's only one more video I got to show for you tonight, and that's the Valak hype video that we started out with at the beginning of the show tonight. Folks, I hope you have a wonderful evening, and we will see you guys next time on the Mayhem Show with Mark May. Have a great night.
Bad boss. I'm the big bad boss. And my name is Hellput. Talk a lot of shit when I walk. I just walk around with a bad mood. My attitude, that's bad too. If the queen said I'ma bust a move, if you cross her, I'ma bust you too. Lilith said I gotta go away to find a husband and my daddy, yeah. On a special mission, I complete the mission, always ready for a battle, eh? Find Lucifer, then bring him back. Think I gotta jump on where he hiding at. But first I gotta move the queen to a safer place where ain't nobody riot at. That's a 10-4 buddy, roger that. About to
Okay, so that was the year in review, cover review for all the covers that we did recently. I figured I'd go ahead and show that to you before we get to our next special guest appearance, which is the man himself. You'll know exactly who he is. He's one of the most popular people on the entire planet, always has been. He's going to sell our product.
Hello, all you Hellbringers fans out there. It's me, everybody's favorite Lord and Savior, Jesus. And I just want to take a quick break from my very, very busy schedule of, miracles and, other Jesus duties up here to tell you all about Hellbringers. Yes, the trade paperback collecting the first arc and 5 issues of the hit series that was on Kickstarter this year and is currently getting con exclusives and selling out at every con. It's glorious. But you don't have to take my word for it. But you probably should, though, because, I am, the most reputable person, ever. Don't get me started on Lucifer the Conqueror. What a shitty husband. You'd think Adam was pretty shitty for letting Eve go in there and, get all funky with that snake and eating the apples and stuff. Lucifer? Oh. Well, anyways, listen, I'd love to stay and, rain down blessings, but I am the busiest savior ever. And these mansions, they're not going to build themselves. So you stay blessed, okay? Don't forget, Hellbringers. You better get it quick before it's too late. Gotta go. Love you. Amen.
Ladies and gentlemen, that was Mr. JC himself selling the Hellbringers trade paperback, which you can get on the Valak Kickstarter right now if you weren't able to catch up on the first 5 chapters of the Hellbringers saga. Now is your chance. So check it out. I am going to go ahead and play you that Valak video that we talked about just a little bit earlier. This is the last one we'll have for you tonight before we hop off here. Here it is, ladies and gentlemen. Without any further ado, the greatest video you'll ever watch for the greatest comic you'll ever read. You're welcome. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that has been the Mayhem Show with Mark May, episode 46. No Lewis tonight. Jim was a great guest. Always awesome talking to him. I was sober for the first time for this show for Jim. That's great, right? All right, folks, without any further ado, we're going to go ahead and throw that ending to you. Back to Valak Kickstarter. We'll see you next week for episode 47 of the Mayhem Show. We're going forever, folks. All right, ladies and gentlemen. Y'all have a good week. Make sure to have a good weekend. Make sure to live. Make sure to laugh. Make sure to have fun. All that bullshit you see on your mom's or your wife's mom's wall. Yeah, there you go. I'll see y'all later.